Subscribe now.
Okay, let's get going for today. So guys, welcome to the podcast DeFi Chat Hub. Today is the first episode. Basically, this podcast is going to be a bunch of different YouTubers. We're going to give our ideas across a bunch of different projects across DeFi, as well as a bunch of other stuff too. So welcome. Now, what I thought I'd do in the first episode was I was going to let us all give an introduction to ourselves and our channels. So the guys of each of his communities can get to know the different YouTubers, and then we're going to get stuck into the topics for today. So I'll go first. I'm Jay. I'm the guy behind the channel DGen Chad. Now, I started my channel to basically cover up-and-coming projects because I found that too many YouTube channels concentrated on projects that I'd already done 10, 20, 50, 100x. So I wanted to try and cover projects that we're still early on, like in the private and pre-sale phase, so people could find opportunities to get into those projects early. I also do cover other stuff such as airdrops and that kind of stuff and passive income protocols. So I'll leave it over to CT next, and he can explain his channel a little bit.
Hello guys, I'm CT. My channel, it's basically just my journey in DeFi. It's not for any financial advice. It's just what I'm doing every day with what projects I'm playing. When I start my channel, actually, funny fact, I started because of StableFund. Was before to be StableFund. There was a ROI project, and people, they couldn't take out their money. So I start to make some videos to show to people how to take their money from the smart contract. And I see people that was enjoying to watch them. So that's it. I start to make more and more videos. Simple as that. All right. So who is next?
Yeah, okay, bro. So next we'll go Kuzin, who is with Crypto Channel 329.
What do you do, yours? Cousin here speaking, Crypto Channel 329. So yes, I started a crypto journey in 2020. And as I started my journey, I decided to record my journey because, I've seen a lot of YouTubers doing the same thing, started their crypto journey, recording everything they do, new projects, new coins, tokens, whatever. So I decided to do the same thing. And yes, on my channel, I present DeFi projects, high-risky projects, ROI dApps, ROI miners, new coins, new tokens, and also I do educational videos, tutorials, and all that. And fun fact, I found CT in crypto when he posted a stable one video, how to withdraw funds from the smart contract, and that's how we met. That's how we subscribed to each other and got in touch ever since. So yeah, basically that's what I do. So I do educational videos. I show my crypto journey and show new projects, new tokens, and much more. So yeah, that's basically me.
Awesome. So we'll move on to Nana Crypto next.
Hey everyone. Basically, I started my channel February this year, and inspiration was it's Yada Crypto. He's my mentor in other, in marketing. We work together, and he share his success in crypto, and I just was curious about learn about crypto. So I started my own channel, start to do research about different projects, and decided to witness my journey within crypto myself. All the success and failure. And whatever it's happened, just to go through and witness on my channel. So, and with that, start to record upcoming projects as well, as it's every day we can get tons and tons of different projects. So not all of them can be exposed like some very successful one. So just give booster to those projects as well. And this is it. This is how it all started, and just growing day by day, I would say.
Cool, great. So moving on, we'll go with Patrick.
Hey guys, thank you so much. I'm Patrick. Most of you guys knows me by Zamba Cashflow. So actually, I created my channel a long time back. Before, I used to do videos in French because I wanted to attract a French community. And then we used to be in a project called AI marketing, all right? So, and then after that project, and I've decided to move on, not doing YouTube anymore, and I started working together with Defi Dudes. Most of you know him as he's also a big YouTuber. He was one of the first person to actually introduce us to stable funds and all that. So I've been working with him and Craig for a couple of years, and then he actually gave us the courage to go into YouTube. So I have decided to go back to my channel, and from there I've been sharing multiple projects, and either it's tokens, new tokens coming up, new dApps. So all these crazy and dangerous projects which we're getting to. So, and the most important thing which I wanted to do is to try and cover trusted projects, not just covering everything which comes and go. So yeah, that's where we are. And yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem, bro. So I think we got one more. Yeah, Abdul. So yeah, go ahead, Abdul. I know we got two. We got Sontop as well. I'm going to actually have to unmute you guys because it looks like I didn't give you guys admin permission. So I'm going to give both of you guys admin permission now, so you should be able to speak. So we'll go with Abdul first and then Sontop afterwards.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, yeah. Hello. So I'm Abdul Rock Crypto. It's nice being here. My crypto journey actually started in affiliate marketing with one of my colleagues. I'm from the UK, and he CD Rocks. You may have seen him as another YouTuber. We started off with like a gaming project, and we just worked together, and then we went into YouTube. I've been around since December last year, November, December last year. I've really enjoyed the YouTube project covering. I do reviews on my channel. I have been doing reviews on different miners, just the success and failures. As regards to meeting different people as well, learning from other big YouTubers as well that I've come across. Now I'm at a stage where I'm just trying to find some long sustainable platforms on there. So that's what my YouTube channel is about, just to try to find for those types of projects for my viewers. Really, that's all.
Okay,
Hello,
bro,
guys.
thanks. And moving on, last we have Sontop. Go ahead, Sontop, introduce yourself and your channel.
Hello, guys. This is Sontop, and my channel name is Sontop as well. And I really appreciate for creating this platform for all the YouTubers. This actually encourages us to, make it better and help each other grow our channel, share ideas. And my crypto journey started back when the COVID started. So I see that most of the people over here, so it started back during COVID times. And when I started, I was investing mostly in altcoins. However, I came to know about the degen coins, the coins that get launched every day, like hundreds of coins. And I came to know little by little that you can make 100x, 1000x out of those coins. And I started my journey over there. I was able to make, 100x on some coins. And then for a few months, I tried, like every day, I spent about 10 to 12 hours, I think, like you guys. Then I came to know that I think I should share this idea with people, how they're able to take advantage of it. And that's how I created the YouTube channel. And once I created a couple of videos, it was pretty, since I know ins and outs about how the place works, I think the video was quite received quite well. And the project that I was able to put in, some of the project did very well. So by chance or by just the information that I was able to share. So yes, I really appreciate again for this platform and looking forward to the platform. Thank you.
Okay, now we have it. I think that's everyone who's give a nice little brief introduction to the channel. So just before we go ahead and talk about the topics for today, I have now unmuted the public group. So if any of you guys who are listening in, I know this is our first podcast today, and we only actually made the public group today, so I know there's not many people in it so far. But if any of you guys do have some questions, then I have unmuted the chat in the public group, so you can ask your questions there, and then as the podcast goes on, we can answer your questions as well. So moving on for the first topic of the day. I guess with everything that happened yesterday with StableFund and Wealth Mountain, I wanted to touch a lot on that. Obviously, a bunch of different YouTubers here on their own little journeys that they've just been describing. It's going to be interesting to get everyone's opinion on what just happened. So, did anybody listen to the voice message that Michael left in the StableFund chat a couple of hours ago? By any chance?
Yeah. I think everybody is listening all the pin messages from StableFund on this point.
Yeah, so CT, what's your opinion on the last message that was the last voice message that was put in the StableFund chat?
I think everybody we have different opinions about StableFund because I was invest also in their fourth project, Stable One. I don't know how many people they know about it. When they have the problem with the V1, I was one of the person what I get a refund. So I don't know.
Yeah, I would
say, be able to...
Go on, sorry.
I don't know. It's difficult to say if he's gonna do it or not. It's difficult.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say the one thing that I sort of that I can highlight out of what he just put in that last voice message was the fact that he's now saying that there's going to be a form on the website about people that want to go over into V2. Now, yesterday during the AMA, he was very adamant that like the reasons for everything that happened was like the protocol like got too big and there was too much panic and too much selling at once and the protocol couldn't support it. So he was highlighting that during V2, it needs to be smaller with a smaller set of private investors in order to be able to sustain itself. But then today's message that he put out to people, it seemed to me as if it's almost too easy to get yourself a spot on V2, and they're just gonna, if they make it too easy to get a spot in the private part of V2, then in my opinion, it's just the project is just going to go down the same path again, and we're going to have the same problems. I don't know if anybody else has a different opinion on that.
Yeah, I heard the voice note as well. I believe everybody who was invested in StableFund heard the voice note and been checking the pin message every single day. And yes, I do believe he's going to refund the people that he's entitled to a refund, because it did in the past. So Stable One back in January this year, at some point they had about, I think it was 7 million or 8 million Matic in a smart contract. Back then the Matic price was 170, 140, between 140 and 170. So there was a lot of money in the smart contract, and the smart contract had the issues, and a lot of people weren't able to withdraw. And they said, okay, people were not able to withdraw. I will issue a refund. And usually on DeFi, if you've been on DeFi for quite some time, you know that it's very hard to see a guy saying, hey, I'm going to refund you. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of unique. And from there, people start to build trust on Michael and the Stable One team. And then from there, they build V2, V3, V4, and then ultimately the StableFund. So what happened with StableFund, honestly, I don't really know what the FUD was all about, because, the people who were invested in StableFund were making money every day, 1.5% every day. And regardless of FUD or no FUD, I don't understand why people decided to cash out and start panicking, because either if there is no bot, let's say there is no bots behind the scenes doing the trades. Okay, it doesn't matter, because all three smart contracts, well, apart from Matic, all smart contracts were growing every day, you know, because people were compounding, investing day by day. And obviously, every single project will have funders. And usually funders are those ones that invest less than $1,000. Okay, that's the truth. They invest $100 and then they start feeling like, oh my damn, I've deposited $100. I'm not gonna show if I'm not sure if I'm gonna ROI when this guy he deposited $100,000 and he's taking all the money out. So they start panicking and they start spreading fear. And usually, you know, when one do this, the other one follow, and then it will have the domino effect. And yes, in my opinion, I think that he's gonna refund the people that is entitled to a refund. And in regards to V2, I believe that he will do some changes in regards to how to invest, locking period, and all that. But you know, we don't really know for sure. We just gotta wait and see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, definitely. So what I can say personally regarding that is when you look into the first projects which you launched back in the days, so whatever they promised, they delivered. And when you look at StableFund itself, they've been delivering since day one, all right? So what I can say regarding the owners, and especially Michael himself, is short-tempered. So he doesn't really handle the pressures of people asking questions. So it's not really a problem of someone asking a question when they're having an issue or something like that. So for me, being a leader, being an owner of the project, you should be able to handle every single one. And of course, we know that people who invested less, they are the one who asking so much questions about the project. They're not sure if they're going to ROI or things like that. But in regards with a form on the website, everyone should be able to actually request the refunds, or you can actually join the V2. I don't really think it's really a good idea to have that option for someone to go to V2, because now it's going to give easy access to everybody to go, while they say that they're going to have a limited number of people joining the V2. So probably for me, what I think, they could just leave a form for someone to apply to get the refunds, and then apply to go into the V2, all right? Probably, I don't know, not like you're not getting your refunds and then you just apply for V2. So if you only apply for V2 without getting your refunds, meaning you already qualify for the V2. So they're holding your money still. So meaning you are already in the V2. So yeah, that's all I can say. But the guy have been delivering, and I have trust in them. I have trust in Michael. He's been delivering. He never actually rags since Stable One. So if they say they're going to refunds, that will be an amazing thing which they can do. So if you can get your refunds and get access to apply for V2, that would be great. And then they can do selection of people who can go to the V2 if they want to. So yeah.
Okay, I've got something to add, but does anybody else want to give their opinion quickly? Nope. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with everybody. The fact that he refunded people on previous projects, and the way that he paused those smart contracts, you know, everything points out that he does want to refund people at least their initial investments. But I would say that what has happened, looking at also what happened in Wealth Mountain on the same day, it definitely does expose a slight side of like a Ponzi scheme a little bit with the project, because the basically what they were saying was they had to pause the smart contracts, otherwise they were going to keep draining to the point where they weren't going to be able to pay people out even their initial investments back. And if that was the case, and there wasn't enough money to pay everyone their initial investments back, plus the money that they should have been compounding over time, that means that this project, at least to an extent, now I'm not saying that there wasn't any trading being done at all, and maybe there was some trading bots, but at least to an extent, the project was running on on the basis that new investors coming in with new money and old investors holding their position. And so then moving over into Wealth Mountain, I'm not sure if any of you guys were invested in Wealth Mountain or heard what happened. Was any of you guys invested in that?
Yes, I think most of us, we put money in Wealth Mountain. The problem there was like 3 wallets. They was having around 200,000 BNB invested. And when I find out about that, I was waiting like a chicken to get my 31, 32 days so I can take out my money and run away. Because if that person that was getting us on the 31 day, of course, when they was pressing the redraw, it's gonna drain the project. And I mentioned it in my first video, it's gonna be a straight ROI, high risk, high rewards, basic Ponzi, because they cannot take 10% what they get for any deposit and make it in such a way so they're gonna be able to pay people what they're gonna invest 1 million, 2 million. It's almost impossible. You cannot make from 10% to pay 2 millions or 3 millions. How much you need to take out more than that in order so you can do some trades to make some investments in different pools or these kind of things. This is my opinion about Wealth Mountain.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, I guess the difference between Wealth Mountain and StableFund is that Wealth Mountain, they're offering this like 4 or 5% per day return, and you can see exactly where Wealth Mountain are investing their funds, and for a fact that they're not making enough yield to be paying these people this amount of money. So the project was moving along by the fact that there was new investors coming in helping to support it, right? Whereas StableFund claim that the yield that they're paying out to everybody, the 1.5% per day, is coming from the revenue made by the trading bots. So I guess that's the difference between the two. But yeah, I guess does anyone else have another opinion on that?
Yeah, Wealth Mountain for me was a straight ROI DApp from the beginning. A little bit different from the usual ROI DApp, but for me it was always a straight ROI DApp. And that kind of project you have to get in when they launch, okay? So you have to get in when they launch so you can make the most of it. Because if you get in 30 days later, the guy that jumped in on the day one, once he hit day 30, he's going to be on, 3% or whatever, but he's going to be way ahead of you because you still have 30 days to go. By the time you reach day 30, he's going to be on day 60. And then from day 50 onwards, you're getting 5% a day. So if you invest like 10,000 and the small guy only invests 1,000, by the time the guy gets to day 50, he's going to get 5% a day. Okay, so you just imagine how much money he's going to get. And Wealth Mountain was just a TikTok bomb, because when I reached day 30, so I was talking to CT as well, and when we reached, I said to him, when I reach day 31, I'm out, because sooner or later this thing is going to collapse, because there were a few wallets with a lot of money, a lot of investments, and they were in very early. So they took the most of it, because they rolled with the project all the way to 50 days and beyond. And then they got to a point, they were like, okay, let's take this money out. And I took my money out, so I unstaked everything on day 31 or day 32. And then a few days later, the smart contract went from 2.2 or 2.3 mil all the way to 1.7. So I was like, this is it. But for some reason, the contract grew a little bit, but eventually it would collapse, because there is no way that the smart contract could sustain paying 1.5% every day to a lot of investors, and without no new money coming in. So eventually the big whales decided to withdraw, and there was the domino effect that everybody started to cash out, and eventually it went from 1.7 mil to 0 in about 5-10 minutes. It was really quick. So yes, straight ROI DApp. And the ways they could change the Wealth Mountain on a V2 is just stick to 1% a day or even 1 to 2% a day max, and that's it. Max out your wallet. So once you reach like day 50, for instance, and or let's say day 100, if you go to 2% a day, you make 200% on your investment. And if you want to continue earning your rewards, just make a new deposit or compound or whatever, you'll have to take action, okay? Because Wealth Mountain, there were no limits, okay? So if you were in from day one, the project lasted all the way to 111 days. Imagine how much money you would have made if you were from day one all the way to day 111, okay? But yeah, that's just my opinion. And Wealth Mountain has nothing to do with StableFund, in my opinion. StableFund has a good reputation, so I really believe in the project, StableFund. Wealth Mountain surprised me. I didn't think it would last that long, but it did. And, even though I didn't make much profit, I made profits. I'm happy with my profits. And I'm glad I cashed out on day 31 or day 32.
Yeah, you played that one very well, mate. Does anyone else have any opinions on Wealth Mountain? Okay, so yeah, I guess from that, what we can gather, I guess all of our opinions are kind of the same in that with these projects, the important thing is just to be there at day one. Because if you're that guy getting in a couple months afterwards and you're stuck in your investment for over a month, then you're going to be the guy who's stuck holding his bag at the end when there's no contract balance anymore. So obviously, just like StableFund, with the success of StableFund, we've now seen the kind of the growth. Obviously, it happens all the time in DeFi. Once there's like one really successful, innovative project, then people start to fork them, right, and start to do copies and very similar projects. So we've kind of seen that now with stablecoin, with Optimus, and then maybe 3 or 4 different projects that are kind of doing the same thing, where they are using the money invested in the protocol, then trading with that money, and then the revenue of that is then going out to pay people a certain APY. Like in Optimus's example, it's 1% per day. Now Optimus is a little bit different because Optimus actually rebases, and it uses the revenue generated from the trading to then pay out those rebases. It doesn't require you to interact with any sort of decentralized dashboard or anything like that. Everything's done automatic with a rebase. And it also relies on the price of the native token. At the moment, it's on the version 3, Optimus 3. So if there is a dump in the token price, then obviously your investment will also go down. So it's a little bit different in that aspect. Does anybody have any differentiating opinions about Optimus compared to StableFund?
Yeah, Optimus is way, way different. And, you will have to really do your own research to figure out how Optimus operates and how everything works behind the scenes. Because, one thing is for me coming publicly and say, hey, I built this project, has a bot trading for us. So all you got to do is buy this token and hold it. Because every 24 hours, we're going to do a rebase, and basically will compound your holding tokens, okay? But if you do a little bit of research behind the scenes and see, okay, where the funds go, who's holding the big bags, and I don't really want to talk about it because I don't want to say things that I shouldn't say. But all I can say is you should really do your own research before you invest in Optimus or any other project, because some devs will say, okay, there is a bot behind the scenes, and everybody will believe because StableFund say there is a bot behind the scenes, and then now everybody can have a project with a bot behind the scenes. So we don't really know until we do our own research and check the smart contract, see where the money's going, what was happening behind the scenes. Until then, you will believe that there is a bot behind the scenes. So you just have to do your own research and take your own conclusions. I don't really want to say much about it because I don't want to create FUD or say the wrong things or might mislead someone. So what I would say is always do your own research, check the background, check what's happening, check who has the most tokens in the wallet and how that person or that people got to the point that where they hold lots of tokens and all that. But yes, like Michael said probably a few months back, in the near future, we will see projects coming along and say, hey, here's a new project with a bot behind the scenes. He said that, and we actually seen that. So it's like Dino BUSD when it came out probably 3 months ago. Dino was a really success platform, an ROI DApp, straight ROI DApp. And because of its success, we've seen in a space of like 2-3 weeks, more than 20 Dino forks. It was crazy, okay? But, the thing is, some of the devs behind the project, they had good intentions, but majority of them, they just wanted to rug. They put high taxes and backdoors so people would invest thinking that, hey, this is a Dino fork with a higher APR, so we're going to make money. But in the end, you just invest and lose your money because they were forks and they were designed to, rug you. And, after Soker BUSD, I gave a heads up to my people in my community saying, hey, do not invest in Dino forks because eventually they will rug or they won't have the same success as Dino BUSD. So I guess we are seeing the same thing now with bots. StableFund came along, and then Optimus, now CGT, and many more will come in the future. But yeah, that's just my opinion. We should always do your own research, regardless what people say on YouTube or whatever, the word of mouth. Always do your own research and see what's going on behind the scenes. So yeah, that's me done.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So what I can say is. In DeFi, we actually experience it's like seasons of things. So it's a minor season, then it comes Dynavox bot season. So we got in the bot season with whatever which happened with stable funds. So for me, I can see that we're going to an end of a bot season, and there will be another VAG which is going to come, and people are going to jump into there. So when in regard with Optimus, so what I can say is it's actually a great project. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people have made so much money, and especially those who were into the beginning. All right. So what I can say for the community, everybody who's listening right now, is us as YouTubers, most of the time we come with projects showing you things which we believe it could be successful, and you can actually earn some money out of it. All right. Some, they could be paid promotion. Some, they're not paid promotion. You just like the project and you're like, okay, let me share it with my community. And you also do your research, but our research are not enough. So it's always important for everybody to do their own research. Really, really important. And only invest money which you can afford to lose. Don't go and sell your kidney, mortgage your house, and I don't know, take a loan so that you can get into DeFi. Anything can happen. We can all experience it with whatever which happened with stable funds. I know so many people, they actually took loans and get into the projects because they could see how sustainable it was, and they've been delivering everything which they promised. So what we see and what is happening behind, it's totally two different realities which we cannot predict. All right. So please, guys, always invest money which you can afford to lose, because all these projects are high risk, and it's not a must for you to invest on every project which someone posts on YouTube, because there is not a lot of trusted YouTubers out there. Few of them are trusted, because you can just get paid and promote anything, right? Just to get the money, and then that's it. So you just have to be careful out there. And I know how it feels. I've been also an investor, a smaller investor. I started from scratch all the way up to where I am right now. I've been ragged. I lost my entire wallet with so much money in. So I know exactly what's really happening, even though as a YouTuber, we are the most exposed, I can say, to these rag and things like that, because I've just give you an example of myself. When I got hacked, it actually happened through a PDF. Someone sent me a PDF. Can you please review this project for me? So when I open the PDF, I'm actually downloading something, a software onto my laptop, and everything was gone. So us taking that risk to expose, to actually promote these projects, it's really crazy. And doing our own research, most of the time we miss a lot of things. So do your own research. Optimus is a good project, and there's so many people holding thousands of bags right now. So you just have to be careful, because you don't have, there's no way you can control the people who are holding so much money. So once they feel like, okay, it's enough for me, and they decide to withdraw, everybody will start withdrawing. We could see that with stable funds. So it's really crazy. You just have to, once you get your ROI, just play with the extra cash which you get from the platform. Yeah, that's all I can say on my side.
Yes, some
Okay,
also,
so
sorry, CT, go on.
so regarding the Optimus, all right, the most simple way it's how to see any type of project, not only Optimus. You need to put a small amount of money or a big amount of money, depends how much you can afford to lose. You double your money or you make a profit of 50%, the best thing to do is to take your initial back. It's the most simple way in order to be sure you're not going to lose money, because many people, they see many YouTubers, they put in a project 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 in one project, and they say, yeah, I should get a loan in order to put this money in a project. It's wrong. I'm trying sometimes in my videos to don't show to people how much money I put in a project, Okay, sometimes it's difficult to don't show it, especially when it's a new project and you want to show to everybody, look, I'm joining it, I trust the project, or you share your personal opinion, But some people, they don't understand they should play with less money, I mean, it's no shame to invest in a project $10 and make a $5 profit and enjoy your Starbucks from the profit what you make in a DeFi, because DeFi, it's like a lottery. It's like a casino. You need to understand how to play. Anyway.
Sorry, Abdul, go on. Speak.
Yeah, I just want to share my views. I've been listening to you guys about, it's definitely money that you need to sort of like invest that. You can afford to lose. Like I've been with CGT. A lot of you guys would have seen what happened to CGT. I think the developer, from what he said, because I think he's fully transparent, because he's always said it. He couldn't trade. He didn't get the license for the trading, so he has to wait to get that license. It's going to take him 6 months, etc., and it's going to cost him a lot of money. But what he's done now is he's got prospect and mining, and with this, he's always updated people to tell him what he's doing. If you go to his Discord or his actual channel, he's done that. He's actually, what I've seen from YouTube, is a lot of other YouTubers have tried to put him down to say this is not legitimate, anything like that. Some of the, like I think you mentioned about Wealth Mountain and some of the other projects having bots, he's actually shown that he's going to have mining, which I think he's either going to do today or tomorrow, actual mining facility. But he's actually going to do a video of where he's going to be doing his mining setup. So to find, trusted projects, I don't know what you guys think of it, but I think PMG, where you earn 2%, it's quite, like I say, legitimate in my opinion. Because there's a few YouTubers that I've seen, like some of the stuff that I've seen, it's just like, it's like Muhammad Ali versus Tyson, as I described. It's sort of boxing match to see whether this is legitimate or not, whether you're doing live trades. I think these types of project that the developer's doing, this one, is legitimate in that sense. There is a few projects that, they say they do bots, they say they've got this, but you don't actually do it. So I'd agree with Patrick, you've got to do your research, due diligence, because They could be fantastic projects, but if you don't know what's happening in the background, how long would it last? That's what I would say.
Yeah, that's a nice point. And yeah, we've had some really good advice there from a few guys about, crypto security and stuff like that. I guess that's also a topic that we're probably not going to have time for today, but definitely in a future episode of the podcast. We could definitely spend more time around crypto security, and I'm sure all of us have got some, really good tips that we can give to some guys about that. I guess what I just want to do next, we do have a couple of questions in the chat that I wanted us to answer. So for those of you guys that are in here, if you jump into our public Telegram chat, you can ask us questions there and we will answer them. Greg was asking if there were traders, why aren't they trading now to boost the funds while they are not being drained? So I guess he's referring to StableFund when we were talking about StableFund earlier. Well, with that question, I guess the problem is none of us are affiliated with StableFund, or none of us are a part of the team. So I guess we can't really give you any answers to why the traders aren't doing certain things at certain times. If you do listen to the most recent voice note in the StableFund community that is pinned, he does state that the traders were taking a couple of days off. I guess because of what happened yesterday. They're having a couple of days off, and then after that, I personally can't give you any information on it because I don't really know, but maybe some other guys have got an answer to that.
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
He was asking if because with StableFund, they have traders behind it, right, who are doing the trading, and he wants to know why the traders not trading now, even though the contracts are paused.
This is difficult for us to know. We can
exactly what I said.
We can just talk about what Michael he was saying in the AMA. They say the guy he was not able to make a profit for the last 3 days, and from the message what I understand today, the traders they are tired, So I don't know.
That's what he said, right? He said they're taking 2 days off.
Yes. So looking.
I believe that. Yeah, go on.
Go for it.
Yeah, so according to Michael, he said that everybody's having a break, a pause, because I believe that he and his team members were under a lot of pressure for the past few days. I don't really pay much attention to Telegram groups because, most of the time it's just crap, always asking the same thing. Oh, what happens after 28 days? How do I this? How do I that? Come on, man. If you are investing in a project, you should do your own research before you come to the Telegram group and ask silly questions, because all those questions that majority of the people were asking, they are on the website FAQ. So if you go there, you will find every answer. Okay, but a lot of people are too lazy to read, so they just go to the TG group and ask the same question. So that's the reason why I don't spend much time reading messages. And I really didn't understand what the FUD was all about, but I believe that those guys, they were in such under pressure that from the previous AMA, Michael was really upset. He was angry, and he was you could tell that he was raging. And I believe that they definitely having a break right now, because if there were people actually trading, trading, it's time consuming. You have to do lots of technical analysis. You have to check what's trending, what's not trending, what's the trading volume and all that. So it's not easy doing day trades. And, when you're dealing with millions, it's a big deal. So you have to be focused and you have to be on top of your game. Otherwise, you're just going to lose money and, there will be no revenue for anyone. And yes, I believe at the moment everything is at standstill. So the funds must be. Last time I've checked, were in a wallet. So the 10,000 BNB and I think was 70 mil BUSD were in one single wallet. So I haven't checked it yet since then. So I don't know if the funds are still in the same wallet or they shifted around. But I believe that
they moved the funds. They moved the funds.
the funds. Yeah, so I believe Michael eventually will say, hey, he says tomorrow he will give us some news with a form to apply for the form for the refund or to join the V2. But yeah, in the long run, I believe that he will do the right thing and refund people, because at some point, Matic contract balance was around 3 point something mil. BUSD smart contract was around 25 mil, I think was the highest peak. And BNB, I think, was 11 or 12,000 BNB in a smart contract. So they had a lot of money. They could split for 10, 20 guys, and everybody would be settled. Okay, so they didn't they didn't run away. PG was still up and running. So I believe that he will do the right thing and refund people and crank up the V2.
Yeah. Let's hope then. Well, I think one thing we can all agree on there is that we all seem to have the same opinion on that. Like crypto has trends, right? So usually there's one new innovative project that comes, is a success, and then you start to see the forks and the similar projects that come. And I guess we're kind of in that phase now with the trading bot stuff. So you've got to start being very careful, because there's going to be some rug pull projects coming out at the moment. And if you are getting in projects, make sure you get in and there on the first day, because if you're that guy who's jumping in after 30 days, then it's going to be much higher risk than if you were to get in on day one. So that kind of brings me into the next topic that I wanted to talk about. And so considering now maybe we are kind of at the end of that wave of the trading bot protocols, do we see any new upcoming trends in DeFi at the moment of projects that are performing well? Now, I've seen a couple of you guys invested in Pizza Tower and some of the forks of Pizza Tower. Have any of you guys got any opinions on that, and whether you think that, or if you guys can see any new trends in the market at the moment?
Yeah, so personally, I can say the Pizza Tower is actually what is coming. That's what is going to be more popular. As you can see, we have already, 3 or 4 folks already of the project. So people just need to be careful with whatever projects which are coming out, and especially this time of the year. With the experience which I have in DeFi, when we started going toward the end of the year, especially to December, there will be so many rug pull which are going to come, because people, they just want to come, release projects, copy something, and then release it and take money from people, because they just want to have money to go and enjoy and celebrate with their family, not knowing that they're actually killing someone else on the side. So it's something which we should look into. You don't have to invest in everything which you see. And sometimes I do blame big YouTubers most of the time when they come with some of the project and they show you how they actually invest hundreds of thousands of BUSD on a project, and you don't even do research, and then you look like, okay, yeah, if you can invest 1 million in this project, then I can also go in. But you forgetting that you've been there probably since the beginning, and it's been compounding to reach to where it is. So it's something we should also think of and consider, and especially at the end of this year, so many things are going to happen. So you just have to be careful and always use a ledger. If you don't have one, I will recommend you to go get one for yourself, because things are going to go crazy for the next few weeks, which are coming until January. Yeah.
I just want to mention as well, for many people, if you try to check up on some kind of new project or so on, if you bond your wallet with that, contract, try to unrect, just cost few cents, but, it's better safe than sorry, to be protected. Just unrect your wallet from any of those suspicious projects after you checking them out or investing, because, they just swipe your wallet and that's it. So, yeah, just be careful, guys.
Yeah, and in order to revoke contracts, you have to be careful as well, because A lot of these scammers, sometimes they make phishing links or fake websites that mimic some of these websites used to revoke contracts, and you can end up clicking actually on a phishing link and connecting your wallet to something that would actually drain your funds. So the way I always recommend, you know, if you want to go into a Dbank or, you know, any of the apps which revoke contracts, is I always think the safest way to find the real link for a website is to search for that project on CoinMarketCap, and on its page on CoinMarketCap you will find in the link section a link to the website, and that way you will know that that will be the official website to the otherwise sometimes when you just search for it on Google, there can be phishing links that are hidden within the Google searches. Sometimes scammers have been very good at being able to get their links hidden in there in one of the top searches on Google.
Yeah, that's it. You are absolutely right. So that's why how I do my research, you know, because you go on Google, and back then when farms were trending, you could see lots of PancakeSwap forks copies, and if you click on the wrong one, sometimes the whole links looks good, but you know just a letter looks a little bit different, and that's just an easy trick. You click on it, connect your wallet, and that's it. Your funds are gone. But yeah, back to the subject that you mentioned. So I believe the new trend now is play to earn, like Pizza Towers. So even though Pizza Tower came out 1st of September this year, you know, quite a while ago, we saw another one, the Restaurant Tower, or something like along those lines. And now we are seeing that many other projects are forking the Pizza Tower, because the Pizza Tower is a successful project. You know, it's been live for more than 40 days, 45, 46 days now, or even more. And it's doing really well because the people are seeing that, yeah, Pizza Tower is paying and is still up and running. So people decided to fork, just like Dino BUSD when it came out. Dino BUSD when it came out, you know, was a really good project, and people were like, okay, Dino is doing well, so we're gonna fork this project. So I believe for the next few days, or probably 1 or 2 weeks, you're gonna see many more Pizza Tower forks coming out, because that's the new trend. So miners are gone. ROI dApps, they tried, but they didn't stick around much. And we saw a few bots projects, and now we are seeing play to earn, the Pizza Tower forks. So yeah, Pizza Tower will continue for a few more days, or probably 2 weeks or so, and then something new will come along.
Matt's Kingdom, I think, is one that's just recently come out, where you play to earn. You've got to build kingdoms on that one. So you're right, definitely there's a lot of play to earn ones. I think that will be coming out with the next sort of like projects instead of the miners.
Yeah, sure. So I guess whilst we're currently maybe in that trend at the moment, if you are going to get in one of the projects, you know, make sure you're getting in at the start, and you know, just always keep in mind that these things aren't going to last forever. These trends don't last forever. So you know, it might only last a few more weeks, and then, you know, we might be moving on to something else. So everything is very, you know, time dependent, basically.
Yep. There are some projects out there they are designed in such a way to last for longer term. Few days ago, I make a video regarding the Farmer Forger. It's a big YouTuber in the back of the platform, and I think Patrick, he can talk more about the platform if he wants.
Yes, yeah, I can definitely talk about it, because I'm also part of the team. So I know exactly what's going on, what's happening. So when you look at that, before we reach to the Farm of Fortune itself, back in the days, we used to have so many racks in miners and things like that, all right? And Crypto Craig, so I've been with Craig for a long time. We used to be admins in DeFi Dudes and with CryptoVo, Lucio, and so many more. So he actually said, look, guys, there's so many things going on right now. We're trying to be more transparent to people, but when you look at what's happening, it's too much, and it's really, really hitting hard on us as YouTubers when we come out with projects, all right? So I think that I should actually ask George, since George is well known in the space, good reputation with whatever which he's doing for the community, with all that this project is bringing out. So he went to George and asked so that George can actually create a miner for him. And George says, no, I can't do that. So why don't you learn and do your own? Then I will just actually help you. That's how Craig started with his first project, which was the Cake of Fortune, which is still running until now. And he came up with a second one. And I came up as well with one of the miner, which is the USDT cash flow, which is running as well. And we came up with the Farm of Fortune. So the main idea which we had, we just wanted to create a safe space for everybody to invest, all right, whereby you don't have to worry in the next day when you wake up, your funds are gone. So according to the trust which we have in the community, we're trying to create a safe environment for everybody to invest and feel safe when you put your money into the farm. So when you look at that, I know for sure so many people didn't want to support it because it's just a smaller community, and it's been growing recently. And when you look at the TVL, is really, really growing. That could also be another trend of projects which are going to come. But what I can say, if you find any fork of the Farm of Fortune, I can definitely tell you that you need to be careful when you invest in there, because you don't know exactly the mindset of people who are behind the projects. And when you look at Craig and everybody in the team, we've got a good reputation in the space. So people trust us with the funds which are actually going to the mirrors pools and syrup pool to actually generate extra income to come and feed into the TVL. So because when you make your deposits, all right, actually 50% of your deposits goes into the syrup pool, where we can generate an extra income to bring back into the TVL. And it's 42% which stays in the contract, and 8% goes to the developers and for marketing and feed the previous project which we had already in the past. So since we launched our ecosystem, the Fortune Hunters, from the first project, second, third projects, there's no one who have been paid, all right? All the money from the dev fees and everything have been put into a syrup pool where we're generating more and feed back into the contract to help everybody to ROI. We're trying our best to make a zero Ponzi farm, but we cannot say right now it's zero Ponzi, because we can only say it's zero Ponzi once we reach the 200 days mark and say, okay, guys, this is a 200 days, we have made this much, and everybody has ROI'd and they're in profits, and we can say we actually made a zero Ponzi farm. So there's so many to talk about. I can see we almost like in an hour of our chats. I don't want to talk much and take time for everybody. So probably we can try and talk about it next time. I can invite Craig as well onto the chat so that he can explain as well and talk more about it if you guys would like that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like you said, we're probably going to try and keep today's episode about 1 hour. But yeah, I mean, we've got a ton of projects and a ton of different topics that we want to cover. We've got a bunch of ideas for this podcast in terms of evolving. We want to bring on owners of big projects on to speak about any upcoming stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, we've got tons of ideas of how we want to expand on this podcast, and a ton of different ideas and topics to talk about. Today I think we touched a lot on, well, at least all of us had something to say about crypto security. I hope some of you guys who are watching this maybe learned a thing or two. And I think definitely in a future episode we can dig more into depth in crypto security, because I'm sure there's stuff a lot of us YouTubers advice that we can give to everybody. So we've also got that to talk about in the future as well. So yeah, just before we go, also yeah, to the people that are watching, in the descriptions of everybody's video, there will be a link to everybody's channel, so you can find all our channels on there if you want to. And then yeah, so just before we go, is there anybody that wants to have any final words?
I think the Patrick said.
No, go for it.
No, I was thinking in the future, if people they have questions, they can leave them in the Telegram group, and we can cover them in the next week when we're gonna have a new video call. If there is any projects what they want, we have a look or to talk about them. That's it.
Yeah, definitely a good idea. We are open to suggestions, questions, whatever the query that you might have. You can put it on a chat, and then we can discuss about it. We can review the projects, and we're gonna give you our honest opinion and how everything is supposed to be. We're just gonna give you our opinion, and then you will have to make your own conclusions from there. But yeah, definitely many more podcasts to come with more projects to talk about, and security stuff, educational stuff, because crypto is not all about money. We have to educate ourselves and be smart, because scammers are getting smarter too, so we have to stay alert, and yeah, we have to avoid getting rugged and lose our funds, so we gotta educate ourselves.
I just want to say as well, for anyone who is participating, invite your friends to the group, because in future we willing to do different giveaways for community, and just spread the word about DeFi, our opinions. And if you don't want to lose our channel, just pin our channel to the top of your Telegram to be staying updated about future MAs and so on. Yeah, thanks for today, guys.
All right, thank you so much. Actually, a good idea which you just gave. So we're gonna talk actually behind doors, closed doors, and I think what I can say probably maybe for the next one, if we can invite Craig, and then he can talk to us about the Farm of Fortune, and then I will talk to them so that we can sponsor the next podcast which you're going to have, so we can have a giveaway on that one when we invite him over, and then we're going to invite a lot of people also to come on board, so some people can also actually participate in the giveaway. That will be a good thing, actually a good start to go with. Yeah.
Subscribe now.